I have a feeling, if I know Carolyn as well as I think I do, she has a lump in her throat right now because she knows she's part of an incredible tradition.
Yep.
And it's wonderful to see her have that opportunity.
After she and I did the 10 o'clock news last night, she said, I'm not going to sleep tonight. I'm just going to be up all night long. And of course, as you all know, Carolyn has been a very important part of News Channel 7 for very, very many years. And she's very active in our community and certainly in youth sports. Her kids are in every single sport you can imagine. She's on every single board you can imagine. So certainly a nice honor for our good friend.
Well, before the Olympic cauldron can be lit to mark the start of the Games, there's a journey for its flame that spans dozens of cities and brings together thousands of people. The Olympic torches are now lit in Milan and Cortina to officially start the Winter Games. That same flame, decades ago, made its way through this city, Boise, on its way to the 2002 Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City. And I got to talk to one of the torchbearers, our own Carolyn Holly, about that amazing experience.
I feel like the Salt Lake City Games were the Boise Games. We had a lot of our venues, a lot of our ski resorts were geared up, and the Olympians had trained at them. So we were doing stories all the time. And then when we found out that the torch was going to come through our city, that's huge, because this beautiful torch goes all around the world. They had us all in a van, this big van, and we all had these outfits on. These are the runner outfits, and they had music blaring, and you were hyped up. And I'll tell you what, I was so hyped up, I remember looking down at my knees and they were shaking. And they opened the doors and you're out the doors and you're waiting, and then you see it coming and you hear everybody is cheering along the streets. They're cheering, and then you see the light. You wanted to know if I was nervous about anything? Yeah. I wanted to make sure that I could get the handoff so that the relay would really work. And I did. I got the handoff, and then I just took off, and I remember thinking they told us, please run as slow as you want to, soak it in, soak it in. It was one of those surreal moments. Yeah. You were surrounded by people that love you. You were surrounded by Boiseans. You were part of the Olympic Games, even though you sure in the heck weren't an athlete. It is just like anchoring the news or emceeing. You wanted to bring everybody into it with you. You wanted everybody to experience what you were experiencing right then. And so I would say there are a lot of similarities to what I have done and what I do now in life, is that I wanted everybody to enjoy as much as they could of the experience of us having the chance to have our torch run through our town. And then what we had is we had a huge party in the Boise Center on the Grove. At the end, that's where the torch eventually ran to. It was the best party of any city that got to have the torch run, because Mark and I were on the stage, and again, huge community turnout for it. And right at the end, it started to snow. It was like on cue. The snow started coming down, and we're like, we're ready for the Olympics.
When you see the Olympic flame now, I mean, you have to think, right, that it's like, yeah, I helped carry that. Like, that was literally in my hands, that flame right there that's, you know, looking over whatever Olympic Games it is, being, you know, run by whatever athletes, celebrities, you know, community leaders. Do you think like, yeah, like I'm always going to be a part of that?
Yeah, yes. Yes is the answer to everything you just said right there. You know what? This is really full circle. When I was a little girl, I would sit next to my dad, and especially the opening ceremonies of the Olympics, and we would watch it together, and I felt so patriotic. And it was one of the first times I ever saw my dad cry. He felt the same way. We were so proud of not only our country, but our world as well.
Man, that was cool talking to Carolyn about that. You can check out the culmination of this year's torch journey, the lighting of the Olympic cauldrons in Milan and Cortina, tonight on KTVB. Highlights start at 7 p.m. More 208 after this.